if I was asked to find the midpoint between 2 points. So I go to my log tables, I see if there's a formula. Yes, there is. If you wanted to, you could just draw this out on a diagram and find the midpoint by looking at your diagram, but you have to be extremely accurate. The easiest thing here, I think, would be to label my points x1, y1, as I have been doing. Write down my formula. And start filling it in. Remember, we're looking for a point at the end. So we can work out the left-hand side to get the x coordinate of our point, and we work out the right-hand side to get the y coordinate of our point. So we have x1, so that's -4 plus 1 all over 2, and then y1 plus y2 all over 2. Throw it into the calculator on the left here to get your x coordinate. And when you do, you'd end up maybe with a fraction or a decimal in this situation. So you end up with a -3 over 2, if you want to leave it as a fraction. Here we'd end up with 10 over 2, which is 5. So you can leave it as a fraction if you prefer that. You can write it as -1.5, 5 if you prefer writing it as a decimal. Just answer it your own way, or if they specifically want you to do it in a certain way, well, then you give them your final answer the way that they've asked for. It's possible that they give you a midpoint question and mix a bit of algebra into the question. This is still a midpoint question, but if you notice, they've given me some of the first point, they've given me the full second point, and they've given me the answer. They've told me the point in the middle. So again, you could try and draw it out and try and work it out that way. Your diagram would have to be extremely accurate. Or what you could do is get your midpoint formula. This is my x1, this is my y1, because it's the starting point. This is the ending point here, let's say, for me. I'm sorry, x2, y2. And then this is my actual answer. So when I go to fill in my midpoint formula, x1 plus x2 over 2, I'll make that bracket a little bit bigger, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2, I know that the answer is going to be 1, 3. All right, so is that what I would get here? Let's work this out. -3 plus 5 is a 2. 2 over 2 is a 1. Okay, so that seems right. I didn't need to do anything there. I'm just confirming that I am filling in everything correctly there. And over here, what number, when I add 4 to it and then divide by 2, would give me 3? So we can use our algebra, or we can just guess and check. So remember, when we divide the number by 2, we need to get a 3. So we want what's on the top here to be a 6. So then that means that that's a 2 plus 4 divided by 2 gives me a 3. So just take your time and work it out carefully, and you'd eventually have found out that k, which is what I'm searching for, find the value of k, was a 2. So my midpoint is 1, 3 only when k is a 2. So just take your time and do whatever you have to, whether it's draw it out or fill in your formula, use your algebra or guess and check just to see what value of k would it have to be so that when you work it out, you actually got the answer 3.